Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing fine because I'm also fine here in my home. So, I just came here to just pick some lemongrass so that I can make some lemongrass tea today. I take lemongrass tea occasionally, not every day, but once in a while, I always take the lemongrass tea. So, because the lemongrass is so bushy, I decided to trim it because the moment you trim it, it will start growing, removing fresh lemongrass leaves, and so it will even taste better and also taste nicer when you're making it with tea. The reason why I trim down my lemongrass, because if you let it become so bushy, it's easier for predators to hide inside. Because one day I saw a video on YouTube when one YouTuber saw a snake inside the lemongrass. So that is the reason why I always try as much as possible to keep it neat, trim it down once in a while so that I can prevent such predators from hiding inside. And so I'm just going to throw the lemongrass here because they take longer to decompose, and most of the time they rarely decompose. So I'm just going to put them there so that I now come and pluck some mint so that I can make my lemongrass and mint tea today. I decided to plant my mint in a tire. The reason why is mint is very invasive. It tends to spread very fast and very quickly. So at first I had planted the mint on the ground, and so it spread to the whole space of my backyard kitchen garden. And so I decided just to contain them in a tire so that it cannot spread further. So that is the reason why I planted mint in my tire. So lemongrass has so many benefits. So this is one of the herbs that I cannot miss here in my farm. And one of the benefits that I feel like it's the best is it reduces blood pressure. And if you're adding mint, make sure you put off the fire and then just add mint so that it can infuse, the flavor can infuse inside your tea. That's what I do, and it works for me. And you know, the taste of mint is very nice. So I'm just going to take the tea as I do some little work, office work here in my home before I now head on to the farm. Thank you. So now let me head on to the farm. First, before I go to the farm, I'm going to check on my ducks because I have seen one of the duck that was laying eggs. It has the eggs have already hatched. So the difference between a duck and a chicken is that a chicken, they take 21 days for the eggs to hatch, and the ducks, they take 30 days for the eggs to hatch. And this one egg, it's not yet through because I'm seeing the duckling inside. It's still moving. It means it's still alive. And if you want to check if the egg is spoiled, you shake it and it will remove some sound. So I'm just going to cover the duck again so that I can watch around and see if that one egg that was not yet fully hatched, it can hatch now. but I'm going to give it just a few hours. If it doesn't, I'll just remove now the ducklings from the basin. So that's what we always do. So I used to rear chicken for a very long time. I was a chicken farmer, and one day I had around 100 hens and around 20 cocks, and just received one outbreak and all of them died. So I gave up on chicken, but I think I've researched for a long time now, so I'm just going to go back to the chicken and start rearing them again. So duck poop is considered cold manure. Reason why is because it decomposes very fast, faster than even the chicken poop. And so today I'm just going to pour them to my vegetables, especially the spider plant. I planted the spider plant the other day, and I'm seeing they have started shooting. And if you want your spider plant to perform very well, apply a lot of manure. They love a lot of manure compared to other vegetables. So that is the reason why I'm feeding them with a lot of manure. So I planted cowpeas just the other day. You remember me planting them, and they're already out. Cowpeas grow very fast, faster than even the spider plant. Spider plant take a little bit longer than the cowpeas. So I'm also going to apply some manure on them so that they grow faster and even healthier. I rely on compost manure here in my home because I do organic farming. So either I buy the cow dung manure or I make my own compost manure, especially from the kitchen waste and also any other waste that I have here in my farm. So that's how I do it. So these are the red onions. I'm also going to apply some more manure on them so that they can grow well, because they're in the fruiting season. So this is the most important season that they have, so they need also manure. Also the carrots, remember I have other carrots that also harvesting, and these are the other carrots that I've planted. They have stayed here for around 3 weeks, so I'm also going to apply manure on them, and I am done. I'll be showing you the progress of all the vegetables here because I've been receiving a lot of subscribers lately. So I'll just be keeping you posted on the progress of the garden. So now let me head on to the other side of the garden, and today I'm going to harvest some rosemary. So I have rosemary, plenty of rosemary here in my garden because I have two rosemary plants. And because today is harvest day, I'm just going to pluck also some tomatoes. Some are burning out, maybe because of the cold weather, because right now it is very cold, so maybe that is the reason why some are burning out. But I'm also going to pluck more rosemary today, because today I'm going to dry out my rosemary. So one of the ways that I try to maintain my rosemary is by trimming. I don't know if I will say trimming or pruning. So I regularly prune them, and the beauty about pruning them is they now start shooting very fresh and nice rosemary leaves, because if you let them just overgrow, they will become very bushy, and they can even go to a higher to as high as a tree. So this is the reason why I regularly do that. And sometimes I love eating fresh rosemary leaves and also the powder one. So just today I'm just going to make now the powder rosemary, and that's how I do it here in my home. After washing them thoroughly, just to remove soil, because it's from the garden, straight from the garden, so probability chances of it having soil is very high. So I'm just going to spread it on my gunia or a sack, and then after spreading it, I'll make sure that I let it dry very well, so that it can stay for longer. So to make it dry faster, you're supposed to remove now from the stalk or the sticks. This is to just make them dry a little bit faster, especially if the sun is too bright. Within 4 hours, they'll be completely dry. And if they are not that dry, you can use other ways of drying them. And one of the ways of drying them is either using an oven. If you have an oven, if you see that it has not completely dried, make sure that you can also use an oven to dry it. So I'm just going to let it dry for some hours, and then I'm going now to check the duck because hours have passed by, so since morning. But I'm just seeing that there is no life in this duckling. So I'm just going to remove the ducklings from the basin, and then give them food. And the beauty about ducks, they feed on anything, just the food that we eat and give them, and they're okay with it. So our lunch is ready. I'm taking rice, lentils, and some avocado. And outdoor dining is always the best. The sun and also the environment is something to die for. So before I go and grind my rosemary, I'm just going to check on my apples here. So I plant my own apples just from the apples we eat from the market or the supermarket. So it's very important to thin the apple tree. The reason why we thin it is for it to produce more branches, and I'm targeting on either 10 branches or more, because the more the branches the better, and the height of the apple tree is becoming too high. And the difference between that apple tree and this one I'm thinning and it is not removing other branches. So I don't know the reason why. And so I have other apples on the container. I'm going to plant them later. So it's now evening. So let me now grind my rosemary. As you can hear the sound, it's completely dry. If it has not dried enough, as I said earlier, you can put it in the oven and then dry it through the processor in the oven. So that's what I always do. And you can use a grinder if you don't have most of the, because mine is 4-in-1 juicer, it has also a grinder and a mincer. So if you buy the normal blender, you can use, if it comes in two, most of the time the second small one is always a grinder, so you can use that to grind all your things in the kitchen. So I'm just going to grind it and then make sure I store it. This is just how I store my rosemary. Instead of it spoiling on the farm and becoming bushy, the best way to do it is just to dry it and also grind it. And you will have saved a lot of money buying the spices, because most of the time, most of my spices, if I'm able to save it through drying, that is what I always do. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much. Be blessed. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video, comment to the video, and always come back to watch my videos. Thank you so much. Be blessed. See you in my next video. Bye bye.